What happens when the thing threatening our very own sense of security isn't our environment, but our own thoughts? Greetings and blessings. Welcome in. This reading is going to be for my air signs. My air signs today, we're going to be talking about the energies that Spirit is highlighting around your personal security. And it's so telling that the Spirit started this energy off with, in your reading, with the Nine of Pentacles. Because the Nine of Pentacles is an energy of personal security. The Nine of Pentacles is all about independence and the ability to stand on your own. This is about feeling secure because, the things that you have put in work, towards, the things that you have acquired, the things that you have owned, those things were personally acquired or personally built. This Nine of Pentacles energy could be talking about financial security as well. But this is also about emotional and personal independence with this energy. As you can see the figure here, she is reaching for her very own pentacle, one that she has set her sights on, one that brings her joy and fulfillment. Amongst all of these other pentacles, some look bigger than others. This is the one that she has selected. So this energy is about the difference between you recognizing when something, is an accomplishment, or when you're dealing with energies where something, surrounding you or in your environment is feeling like it's steady moving the goalpost. So Spirit wants you to ask in these type of moments, what kind of security are you creating? Are you creating security that depends on yourselves, or security that demands that other people stay, that other people stick around and continue to make you feel secure in whatever this is, whether this is in your job field, whether this is in your hobbies, whether this is in where your living environment is, relationships. Nine energy is personal. When you look at the number nine, it looks like a person standing straight up. So this energy is all about you, my butterflies. So Spirit wants you to focus on asking yourself, what does really having enough, what does that actually mean to you? Because this is going to help you tap into the energy of your own self-worth, because self-worth is all a part of that, personal security that you're seeking too. So my air signs, at this possible time, Spirit is highlighting in the area for where that personal security that Spirit wants you to look at and focus on, it's around your very own independence. What does it look like to you? How do you see that looking in the future? Where were you in the past? How have you grown? This is not just about you looking at, where you want to be and you're not quite there yet. This is also about you looking and you recognizing the goal that you see ahead, the one that's still attainable, the one that you have moved closer to with every step that you have taken. And in the position for where, I asked, what weakness, what could be threatening, this movement forward, you standing in that position of personal security. And we have the Page of Pentacles. And as you can see, there's a lot of light bulbs up here. This page is holding, a balloon-like figure, with a lot of light bulbs. So this is all about overthinking. Light bulbs are, the energy of thinking. So this could be, you being hyper vigilant. This could be you always watching, waiting on the next thing to happen. This could be you checking, researching, or anticipating, the next problem coming up. This could also be information overload, where you're just taking on too much. When you're taking on too much information at one time for you to process everything, for you to give it time for the information that you have collected to catch up to you. This energy is all about um being curious over being, cautious, suspicious. This Page of Pentacles energy is about, with it being in this position, it could be about you needing to always figure things out, because this is about what's threatening, what's weakening you at this moment. The Page is a young energy, a very, it can be a bit impulsive because it hasn't learned, all the restraints that it needs. So sometimes this could be about you um, speaking out before you having all the information. This could also be you focusing on information, focusing on everyone else's information instead of, focusing on your own, on the information that you have gathered by yourself about yourself. You use your discernment at this point in time, my butterflies. But this energy, this is this could be anything. This could be news. This could be gossip. This could be, like I said, this is information energy. But this energy is threatening their security. So if you're in a position where you're listening to too much gossip, where you're focusing on too much, of looking for new news or focusing on old news, that's threatening your own personal security at this point in time, my butterflies. That's what Spirit is highlighting here. And in the position for where, Spirit wants you to protect. What Spirit wants you to protect? What Spirit wants you to strengthen? This is the energy where we find our strength, where we're strong at, and that's what I wanted to highlight here with this position. And we have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords is discernment. She is truth. She is logic. She's intellectual. She know how to cut through the bull. She's a writer. She know how to communicate well. So this energy is saying protect your mental clarity, protect that truth that you already know. The Queen of Swords already, she knows how to put up the boundaries because, like I said, she cuts to the bull. She knows when to cut something out, so she knows how to enact those boundaries. So Spirit wants you to protect those boundaries that you have already set up. This energy is also asking you to learn how to choose between when you're assuming and when you really have all the facts, and not to allow, any emotional pressure to override, the mental clarity that you have already gained. And Spirit wants you to become comfortable. You see how the Queen of Swords, she sits here comfortably with her hand underneath her chin, but she's still, she's still in position to be able to protect herself if needs be. Spirit wants you to become comfortable without, with saying whatever it is, without having to explain yourself, without having to go any deeper, without needing to, keep a conversation going on for 15 minutes. I said it, that's what it is, and we're moving on from that. That's the type of energy when I pick up from the Queen of Swords energy. And in a position for what action. I want to know what you could do, my butterflies, to be able to strengthen yourself during this time when you're tapping into this energy of your personal security, when you're focusing on that. And we have the Four Swords. This is all about you resting, retreating, understanding that it's crucial that you pause before making major decisions. This is about giving yourself that time to process, to understand that, the divine timing is at play here. This is all about you creating a peaceful environment, one that keeps you safe, one that makes you feel comfortable by butterflies. This is the energy where you take on the energy of recovering after, going through a long period of time. And the overall energy, the hidden truth, is the Five of Cups energy. So this is loss, this is grief. This is the energy, of dwelling on, something that cannot be changed, that can't go back to the way it was with this Five of Cups energy. So Spirit said the hidden truth is that things are changing. You are leaving behind something that you have once felt grief around, and moving into an area where you can step into your own personal security, where you can use your logic and understanding, and know that when time requires rest and peace, that you can be okay with that, my butterflies. Until next time, I hope these messages have helped you to make the best possible decisions for your highest good. You all let me know if I could be of assistance anytime in the future, because my healing is your healing and your healing is mine.